Hi guys, and welcome back to the Big Sew Along. I'm Ginny, and as always, I thank you very much for choosing to spend a little time with me. This week I have a couple pairs of pants to share with you. The first one is my Eve trousers from Merchant & Mills. I made these in a pink pinwheel cotton corduroy from LA Finch. You guys may remember that I was obsessing about what to make with this fabric. I debated about which pants I wanted to make, and I don't know how many I went through, but anyways, I ended up making the Eve trousers. I'll show you pictures of them right here. I made a size 12. Yeah, size 12. I made no adjustments to this pattern except that I added slash pockets, and I did not use the waistband. I used a facing. And that is because when I made the muslin, I really liked where the waistband fit, and I liked the way it looked without the waistband. So I just made a facing. I am really, really happy with these pants. I love the fit. I actually think that these fit me really well in the seat, which is unusual. One of you guys mentioned before that it seems like pants always require alterations, and they do almost always, because everybody's body is a little bit different, and trying to get all the curves and straight lines correct in a pair of pants can be time consuming. But as I said, in this pair, I really love the way they fit straight out of the box. Like I said, the only alterations I made were to the waistband and adding pockets. I will probably make these pants again. I may make them, I made the version without the turn-ups, so there's a version with a cuff and without a cuff. This one is obviously without a cuff. I think I will probably make this again. I may make it a little bit longer, and I also may make it a little bit shorter, because it's kind of like an odd, not quite cropped length that's right at my ankle. So for me, I like a crop pant to be above my ankle, and I like a full pant to be like at the bottom of my ankle. This is somewhere in between. Anyways, I am very happy with this pair of pants. My second pair of pants is Burda 6358, which I have made before, and I'll show you that in a couple minutes. But my original plan for making these pants was to make I really like this pant because it's the closest to like a Rundholz kind of style pant in a pattern that I can find, and I really love that style. I do have a pair of Rundholz pants. They're made out of a jersey, and I'll show you those again in a little bit when we get to the pictures. Those pants and many other pants from Rundholz have darts in the knee, which give the leg, from the side, it gives it sort of a curved shape. I really like that knee dart, so I decided to try to figure that out. I believe it was Jen who said something about that like a long time ago, maybe a year ago, about trying to figure out the knee darts in these Rundholz pants. So I think I managed to do it, and I have a quick tutorial here for you on how I did that. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see here. These are my Rundholz pants. Hopefully you'll be able to see these knee darts here. They create this little curve to the knee. That's the front. And they have the same thing in the back, right there. And to create that, I'm going to start, this is my Burda 6358 pattern. And I'm going to start here. So I know that my knee is about 9 inches from the hem, and that lands just about where this this length and shorten line is. I have measured these pants. The outside dart on the legs is 10 inches from the hem, so that would be right about here. And the inside dart is about 8 inches from the hem, so that would be right about here. I've measured these darts from the inside. They are about 1.25 inches deep, which means that the dart itself is 2.5 inches wide. So we are going to give ourselves 2.5 inches on this piece of paper. right there. And we're also going to give ourselves a straight line so we can match up our grain. Okay. Now, we're going to cut this apart right at the center, right at this, the high dart, which is, what did I say, 10 inches from the hem. But of course, you can make it wherever you want. It should be right, the darts should go right into your knee. So we're going to cut across right here. Like that. We're going to add our pattern paper. Right here. And then we're going to add the other piece right down here. All right, let's do this outside leg, this outside dart first. So this is one leg of my dart. I know it needs to be, excuse me, 2.5 inches wide. So that is, right, it's right at the end of this paper, right here. 1.25 inches is halfway between that. We need that mark, so that's 1.25 is right here. And we're gonna make that a line straight across the page right here. We want this line to be the length of our dart, which is 3 inches. However, we need to include our seam allowance, which is 5/8. So we're going to make this line 3 5/8 inches long. Right here. Okay. Now, these darts, normally you would just connect this line like that, and this line like that. These darts happen to be a little bit curved, so I'm going to curve mine out with my curvy ruler, just about like that. That's one leg of the dart. Now, to make sure that both lines are even, I'm going to fold this on that center line. Like that. And now I can just trace that line. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Let's flip it over. This time, our dart needs to go, this is the mark we made at 8 inches. The dart needs to go 2.5 inches up towards the knee. So that's right here. And again, 1.25 is the middle point. So that's right here. And we want that to be 3 5/8 inches long. Like that. We're going to do our curvy line again. So it's just about like that. And you can even do the curvy line eyeball if you want. Or you can just do straight line. Again, we're going to fold this in on that line. Actually, I'm going to put a little tape here. Right here. Now we're going to fold that on that line. And I have a couple pieces of paper here, but I can still see my line, so I'm going to trace that out. I think I did that backwards. I did. That's okay, I can still see it, so I'll trace it out like that. Okay. This is the back of the pants. We want these darts to fold away from the knee. So this one's going to fold down, this one's going to fold up. So, since I have this one in front of me, I'm going to fold this back up like this. And I am going to pin right along this line. Because this is a curved dart, you're not going to get your paper to lay completely flat, and that's fine. You want it to lay as flat as possible, which is going to be something kooky like that, okay? And now we're going to slice this extra paper off and go around the curve right up like that. We can take those pins out. And there's your dart. Now on this side, I'm going to fold these together. And we're folding these darts away from the knee. So fold on that center line. Pin those darts in place. That's good enough. And then open this out, making sure that's going to be pointing up. And then we're going to do the same thing on this leg. I'm going to trim all this off. We have a lot of excess here. We can just cut that off again in a minute. Okay? So now we're going to open this up. And now your pattern looks like that. Now for the front, I'm going to show you, but my front piece has a bunch of other marks on it, so try to ignore them. You don't have to go through this whole process again for the front. What you have to do is put your 2.5 inches of paper in. Okay, so I've added my 2.5 inches of paper to my front leg. And I'm going to take my back leg, like this. I'm going to lay my front leg right side down. And I'm going to match up my hem. And you can see there's a notch right here. I'm matching that up. That looks good. And now on this side, I can just trace the start. Then I'm going to have to move it over this way a little bit. Again, I'm going to match up my notch here and my hem. And this one is a little harder to see, but it's still there. And I can trace that one out. Now, you don't want all these darts to be folded the same direction because that'll make it really bulky. We folded the back leg away from the knee, so the front leg we're going to fold towards the knee, which means we're going to line those two edges up. We're going to line up both of our dart legs like that. And this one we are going to fold toward the knee. So on this side it's going to fold up. Let's pin that in place. All right, now I can fold it up. And again, it's going to look pretty weird when you do this, but just match your pattern pieces up as best you can, like that. Now let's take those pins out, and then we'll do the other side. And again, this is going to get folded towards the knee, so this time it's going to get folded down. We just need to fold this way, like that, as flat as we can get it, and trim off all this excess. All right, those are our knee darts drafted. That is the front. Ignore this mess. And that is the back. And now, just to show you how they look when they're put together, I'm going to do a quick little muslin of just the knee area. Okay, here you can see I have my front leg and my back leg. My front leg, I have my darts sewn in and pressed towards the center knee. And the back leg has the darts sewn in and pressed away from the center knee. Now we're going to line these up and match our notches. Then when you get down here, you're going to match exactly where the darts are sewn. Like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now we're going to go sew those together, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, and there is our Rundholz type knee dart. I hope you can see how that creates like a little, almost a pocket here where your knee bends out. On the other side, as you walk, it bends in like that, and it gives you sort of like a curved look to the pant leg. I think it's really cool. There is no reason why you could not just put darts in the front and not in the back. It would just be straight back here instead of having this curve. That could be cool too. Additionally, it might be cool to do some top stitching right along here on these darts, on the front and or the back. Yeah, I hope you'll give it a try. Okay, so there you go. For reference, I'll show you a picture here of the original Burda pants that I made. These pants are in a cotton twill, and I lowered the crotch an additional 2 inches on these because I felt like it was not dropped enough, apparently. That's the only alteration except for leg length that I made. I'm going to show you a picture here of me in my Rundholz pants. These are the ones that are in jersey. They are pretty big on me all around. I believe it's a Rundholz size medium. But anyways, it's hard to see in this fabric because it is a jersey and it's very drapey. But these do have those knee darts in them. So here is the pair that I just made this week. This is in a cotton denim. It's 100% cotton. There's no spandex in this. It's pretty lightweight, not quite a chambray, but definitely not like a heavy stiff denim, although you could make it out of that easily. I just like my fabrics to be a little bit more drapey. In this version, I raised the crotch to its original length in the Burda pattern, and then I put the knee darts in. Somewhere between there, I didn't lengthen the leg back to its original length, so these are actually a little bit short. They are not quite finished. I need to finish the waistband on these, and I also need to hem them. They are right now probably the length that I would want them, so I'm probably just going to make a false hem, I think is what I'm going to do. Let's see. Let me look at my pictures here. I apologize that these are a little bit dark because they're dark blue. And it's a little bit hard to see, but I really love the way these came out. I think the drop crotch is actually perfect. I don't think it needed to be 2 inches longer. I have a picture here of a close-up of the knee darts on the front. And here's a close-up of the knee darts on the back. I really love the way these came out. I'm really happy with them, and I'm definitely going to make these again. This pattern, I believe, is now out of print. As I said, it is Burda 6358, and I made a size 16 in this pattern. In the Burda, I'm really right between a 14 and a 16, so I just made the 16 because they're pretty oversized and I wasn't that worried about it. I looked this up on the Simplicity website before I recorded this, and they have this pattern still listed on the website, but you can't buy it. So it's out of stock on the website. I'm guessing that they're not going to print it again. But I do know that you can still find this on Etsy and on eBay, maybe some other places like that. If you happen to like this drop crotch style, I think that this is a really good one. I love the way that it's drafted. It's just made really, it's a good one. It does have a back yoke. It does not have any back pockets. It is intended to have belt loops. I just didn't put those on because I don't wear belts. There are 2 lengths in this, a longer version and a shorter version. The longer version actually has little zips at the ankle. Okay, what else did I want to say about that? I really like these knee darts, but I don't think that you have to make them on just a drop crotch pant. I think that you could easily add this knee dart to just about anything, and it would be just a really cool accent dart. Additionally, I say in the tutorial, you could just put the darts in the front and not in the back. I don't see a problem with that, except that the front of the pant will actually hang a little bit lower than. That's just the way it's going to be because of the extra fabric that creates the dart. If you don't mind that, then you can try it with just the darts in the front. So what's next? I think I am going to get started on my home wear, my cozy winter wear. I have recently purchased a few patterns, some of them suggested by you guys, and some fabrics, and I'm going to work on that in the next week or so. Hopefully I will have something to show you next week. Until then, I wish you all happy sewing.